Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes. Need a motion to open the public.
Public hearing 2018:13, motion to open the public hearing for ordinance 2018:13 by myself.
Second, Grignani.
Motion made by Ms. Peterson, seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
The floor is open for members of the public to speak on this ordinance only. Okay.
See no one come forward, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Second, Grignani.
Motion made by Ms. Peterson, seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Ordinance 2018.
No, wait, we need the
Oh,
whereas.
Sorry.
I'm with you, though. I like the pace. I like the pace that you're at.
Yep.
Very nice.
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Double time. Whereas the above ordinance was read in title on second reading and hearing held thereon, now therefore be it resolved that said ordinance be passed on the final reading and that a notice of final passage of said ordinance be published in the newspaper according to law. Motion to approve the resolution above.
Second, Grignani.
Motion made by Ms. Peterson, seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Ordinance 2018:14, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, Morris County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 405, Vehicles and Traffic of the Code of Parsippany-Troy Hills to prohibit parking along a section of Weebrough Road. The notice for the ordinance above was published in the Daily Record, the official newspaper of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, on July 31st, 2018. This ordinance was introduced at the July 24th, 2018 agenda meeting. Motion to accept that ordinance 2018:14 be heard in the second and final reading by title only.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Grignani, seconded by Ms. Peterson. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Public hearing 2018:14. Motion to open the public hearing for the ordinance 2018:14.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Grignani, seconded by Ms. Peterson. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Okay, the floor is open to the public to speak on this ordinance only.
See no one come forward, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
A motion made by Ms. Grignani. Who seconded it?
No.
McCarthy.
It's made by Mrs. McCarthy.
Oh, the motion was made by Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Second by Grignani.
Seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Floor is closed.
Whereas the above ordinance was read in title on second reading and a hearing held thereon. Now therefore be it resolved that said ordinance be passed on final reading and that a notice of the final passage of said ordinance be published in the newspaper according to law. Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Grignani, seconded by Ms. Peterson. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Ordinance 2018:15, an ordinance of the Township Council, the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, Morris County, New Jersey, amending Chapter 4, Administration of Government of the Code of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills related to the appointment of special law enforcement officers. Notice for the ordinance above was published in the Daily Record, the official newspaper of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, on August 10th, 2018. This ordinance was introduced at the August 7th, 2018 agenda meeting. Motion to accept that ordinance 2018:15 be heard in its second and final reading by title only.
Second, Grignani.
Okay, motion made by Mr. DePiero, seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to open a public hearing on this ordinance.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. DePiero, seconded by Ms. Peterson. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Floor is open to the public to speak on this ordinance only.
See no one come forward, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Just briefly, just for purpose of the public, the ordinance authorizes the appointment of 5 Class 3 special officers for purpose of school security.
Thank you.
Okay, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
Khaled, we're at roll call.
We're at roll call.
That would
And
help.
we're on second. My God.
Who made the
Close
motion? Who
public
seconded?
hearing.
Who made the motion? Do we know who made the motion?
I
didn't
guess
re-
I made the motion. That's my
Second,
ordinance.
Grignani.
All right, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, so motion made by Mr. DePiero, seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero.
Yes.
Ms. Grignani.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes.
Whereas the above ordinance was read in title on second reading and the hearing held thereon, now therefore be it resolved that said ordinance be passed on final reading, and that a notice of final passage of said ordinance be published in the newspaper according to law. Motion to approve the above resolution.
Motion made by Mr. DePiero, second by
Grignani.
Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero.
Yes.
Ms. Grignani.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Ordinance
No,
2018,
we have to have a public hearing, don't we?
I'm sorry?
We already
Yeah.
did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have a question on that. I know we spoke about the salary ranges and the raises are going to be given when, or have we already established when they're going to be given?
Last meeting, I asked, you said we're
I wasn't
working
here
on
for
it.
the last meeting. Yeah, we're working on it. As soon as this passes, then we're working on it to be September 1st, hopefully.
And that's when our township workers will be receiving their raises,
Hopefully.
hopefully. So it still could be delayed a bit.
Well, it's a lot of work,
Okay,
all right? We have to do the
PA forms.
PA forms are still not completely signed.
Okay.
The calculation is, there's 2 for every single person because of the way we did the raises this
Okay.
year. So
All right.
we're gearing up right now.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
We're
Thank
working
you.
for September 1st.
Thank you.
Ordinance 2018:16, an ordinance establishing the white-collar salary ranges. The notice for the ordinance above was published in the Daily Record for the official newspaper of Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills on August 10th, 2018. The ordinance was introduced at the August 7th, 2018 agenda meeting. Motion to accept the ordinance 2018:16 be heard in its second and final reading.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. McCarthy, seconded by Ms. Peterson. Roll call, Mr. DePiero.
Yes.
Ms. Grignani.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy.
Yes.
Motion passes. Public hearing.
Motion to open the public hearing for ordinance 2018:16.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. McCarthy, seconded by Mr. DePiero. Roll call, Mr. DePiero.
Yes.
Ms. Grignani.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy.
Yes.
Okay, the floor is open for anyone to speak on this ordinance only.
See no one come forward, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Motion made by Ms. Peterson, seconded by.
Grignani.
We'll do Mr. DePiero. Roll call, Mr. DePiero.
Getting a little.
Yes.
Ms. Grignani.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy.
Yes.
Okay, floor is closed.
Whereas the above ordinance was read in title on second reading and hearing held thereon, now for there be it resolved that said ordinance be passed on final reading and that the notice of the final passage of said ordinance be published in the newspaper according to law. Motion to approve the resolution?
Second, Grignani.
Motion made by Ms. McCarthy, seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero.
Yes.
Ms. Grignani.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, Ms. Peterson.
Resolution 2018-149, resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills authorizing an amendment of the shared services agreement with the Parsippany-Troy Hills Board of Education for the deployment of Class 3 special law enforcement officers. Motion to approve.
Second, Grignani.
Motion made by Ms. Peterson, seconded by Ms. Grignani. Roll call, Mr. DePiero.
Yes.
Ms. Grignani.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Ms. Grignani.
Resolution 2018-150, resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, allocating funds from the Municipal Affordable Housing Trust Fund to Morris Habitat for Humanity and Community Options, Inc., and committing funds for Affordable Assistance Program and requesting court approval of all amended Municipal Affordable Housing Trust Fund spending plan. Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Grignani, seconded by Ms. Peterson. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Resolution 2018-151. Resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills finding and declaring an emergency for the purpose of NJSA 40:69A-181 and authorizing the immediate enactment of ordinance 2018:15. I guess that's the end of it, huh?
Yeah.
Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. DePiero, seconded by Ms. McCarthy. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Consent agenda, be it resolved, all items listed with the asterisk are routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion, and there will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. McCarthy, seconded by Mr. DePiero. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, at this time, I entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
Yes.
So, motion made by Ms. Peterson, seconded by Ms. McCarthy. Roll call, Mr. DePiero?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.